Hi class, this is just going to be a supplementary lesson on perspective for those of you who are having trouble. I'm bringing out the Le Pont de l'Europe by Gustave Caillebotte. I hope I'm saying that right. And we are going to try and find where the vanishing point is from this painting. So from the top of the bridge, I'm just tracing the line. And then I'm going to trace the railings of the bridge from the right and trying to find where all these lines converge, and that converging point is the vanishing point. So let's try on the bottom of the bridge, tracing that line, and I think we've found our vanishing point. So it's somewhere right over here. Alright, now I'm going to try and draw the images of the people by tracing their shapes so that you will see that these are essential in determining if something is near or something is far. So let me trace some more. You've got people at the back who are smaller than the dog in front, for example. The dog is bigger than the person at the back. So the closer an image is to the vanishing point, the smaller it is. And the farther it is away from the vanishing point, the bigger it is on the foreground. So that's a word you should be knowing by now. Foreground, background, and middle ground. So foreground are anything that's in front, close to the viewer. Now let me draw some 3D shapes. I'm going to draw a box, but first we need to assign a vanishing point. Alright, so once again, all the lines are converging at the vanishing point. So from the vanishing point, I'm going to draw 2 lines. Alright? So let me change the color. I'm going to draw in black so you can see the lines from the vanishing point and then the lines that I'm drawing. 2 vertical lines, one shorter, one longer, and then close them by tracing the lines from the vanishing point. And now I am going to add the front, which is the part facing us. So that will be the top line, and that's going to be the bottom line. So now I have a box, alright? And you can only see 2 sides of it, the front and the left side. I'm going to draw another box, so you will see the top side for a change. So once again, I'm going to draw 2 lines coming from the vanishing point. But I'm going to add another line because this is going to be the side of the box. I'll show you in a moment when I'm talking about. So, 2 vertical lines, close it by tracing the lines coming from the vantage point, and then draw the top with horizontal lines, and then draw the vertical line to close the box that's in front of you. So now we can see 3 sides, the top, the front, and the left side. Alright? This is how perspective helps us make things look 3D. So the distortion that you see where something far away becomes smaller to the eyes and something closer to us, the viewer, becomes bigger to the eyes, that's the optical illusion of perspective. So I'm going to draw one more. I'm going to do 3 sides again. First, let's draw a vertical line, close it up, then draw horizontal lines, then close it up, this is a bit tricky because I did not draw another line coming from the vanishing point. So here, okay, I got it right. So next, we're going to do the one above the box below. So let me draw another line coming from the vanishing point. 2 lines, 3 lines. All right. So this time we are going to see the bottom of the box, the right side of the box, and the front of the box. 2 horizontal lines closed with lines from the vanishing point. Alright, so there. Now let's add some shading. Let's make the shading gray. And so these are the areas that the light is not able to touch. Alright, let's start drawing something different. So again, we need a vanishing point and then lines or angles coming from the vanishing point. And now I'm going to draw 2 vertical lines. One is shorter and one is longer. The shorter one is closer to the vanishing point and the longer one is far away from the vanishing point, closed by the lines coming from the vanishing point which I traced. And now I'm going to draw the front, which is basically the part that's facing me, the viewer. There we go. Actually, what I'm drawing right now is a 2-point perspective, but let's just focus on 1-point perspective, and I'll teach you 2-point perspective another time, maybe in your later years. Alright, I'm going to draw the roof now. It's a bit tricky, but I'm sure we can do this. Alright, now I'm going to show you what it looks like without these lines. That's what it looks like. So all these perspective things that we're doing, they're just guidelines to help us determine what things look like to make them more realistic, especially when we are considering depth of field, which is the closeness and farness of objects in front of us. So the same thing with the window. All the top and the bottom lines should be corresponding to the lines coming from the vanishing point. So those are just the key concepts that you need to understand. It takes a lot of practice. Eventually you're going to get the hang of this. So I'm going to speed it up just to show you how I work with perspective. And it's okay to make a lot of mistakes because I do them a lot too. Now we have the horizon, and the horizon is where the vanishing point is. So people that are far away are smaller, and people who are closer to the viewer are much bigger. Now I'm going to color them in. So I'm just going to color this very simply because I have yet to learn how to color with Photoshop, but here it is. So I hope it helps a bit to understand perspective. It's a rather complex concept, but you'll get it, I'm sure. Bye for now.